Shalom Bracha from Yerushalayim. We are continuing our discussion with the Nishmat prayer, Shabbat morning, Shaharit in the synagogue. And in this episode, in this video, I'm going to be speaking about the differences of Nushaot, the different wording that you may find that differ from our community to other communities, and you may find differences in other Siddurim, but I think it's important to point them out. So in the Nishmat, we have, when we're praising Borei Olam and telling him how it's, we don't even have the time to give enough praise for even one of the tens of thousands of goodnesses and miracles and wonders that he does for us. So we break up the sentence as follows. I'm on page 258, whoever wants to follow on the bottom. על אחת מאלף אלפי אלפים ורוב ריבי רבבות פעמים הטובות. כמה? ניסים ונפלאות. Many other סידורים will have רוב ריבי רבבות פעמים. כמה? And then הטובות ניסים ונפלאות. That's not our custom. I'm not here to decide which is more accurate grammatically or stylistically. That is our custom. Pa'amim hatobot. Okay, next. Immediately following that, we have Nisim v'niflaot she'asita imanu ve'im abotenu milefanim. Period. The way it's in Kol Yaakov. Followed by B'Misraim ge'altanu Adonai Eloheinu bet avadim peditav. Many other sidurim, you'll have the sentence broken up. She'asita imanu ve'im abotenu. Period. Milefanim, way back, Mitzrayim Galtan. So that's how they would break up the sentence. But as I said, our custom, as it's reflected accurately in the Siddur Kol Yaakov, She'asita imanu ve'im avotenu milefanim. It's important because this is one of those stops I was talking about, that the Hazan will end up with a note, a higher note, in order to invite the response of the Kahal. So it's important that he says that the people end with milefanim, because that's the end of the phrase. Now, it can be logically, both ways can be accurate, but why do we say that? Why is that? I was trying to understand, why do we end up with I found something fascinating. If we look at the Mahzor Aram Sova, we'll have in the Nishmat, the phrase is, where is it? Here. שעשית עמנו ועם אבותינו מלפנים ועד. Now, we don't have the ועד anymore. That fell in disuse over the years, or maybe even in the Sephardic. This is mainly Musta'arabi Sidur, or maybe it wasn't even in the Sephardi Sidurim when they came to Halab. But it's very interesting that the sentence was מלפנים ועד. And therefore, when the Va'ad was dropped, we still ended the sentence with Milefanim. So it's fascinating that that's something which hasn't been in print for 500 years. A Siddur which was actually probably never used by the Hamonim. We still have that reference in our minds. It just got passed on from generation to generation, and we end up with Milefanim. To continue, we have Kol Lashon Lecha Tshabeach. We say lecha tispeh. Now, other sidurim from other communities will have cholayin lecha tesapeh. Again, not going into which is more accurate, whether they mean the same thing or not. It's a whole discussion, but clearly our custom, as it's again printed accurately, cholayin lecha tispeh. Finally, I wanted to point out something really intriguing. If you go to the main synagogues where there's a lot of people singing, you'll find in the Misraim where the people will sing, let's take the tune of the holidays. So we say, Vezedim tibata v'didim abaru yam. Say abaru yam. If you look at the text, it's printed Abir Uyam, the way Binyan Kal, you know, Abar and Binyan Kal, Guf Shelishi, that's the way it should read. Aberu Yam. How come when you go to Shara Sion, you go to the Torah, all the people it's ingrained that they say Abaru Yam. Where did they get that from? And it's fascinating because it's not correct grammatically, but yet everybody says it. At least when I was growing up, when I went to all the synagogues in the community, everybody's saying, only when they sang it, interesting, during the week when they read Abaru Yam. But on Shabbat when they sing it, Abaru Yam. It's fascinating. I saw Nosach, the early Italian Roman Nosach. Now the Roman Kehillah, of course, predated even Sephardim and Ashkenazim. It's from the end of Bayit Sheni. So if you notice in their Siddurim, even till today in Rome, it'll say, Bayam Abaru. So the Abaru being that's the end of the Pasuk, the end of the sentence. So the Aberu became Abaru grammatically. Now, I'm not saying that that's the source, or that's why, but it's very, very possible that they had the Nosach in Halab, Bayam Abaru, and people got used to singing Abaru. This is a theory, but I think it very well could be accurate because there's no other explanation as far as I know. And it's amazing that because things are sung in public, in the Knesset together, it cannot change. It's like the tunes of the high holidays can never change because people used to come, 100% of the people came to Knesset on the high holidays and they sang the same tunes, and these tunes can never change. It's not like every Shabbat we improvise, we sing them. No. So when you have the power of song that even changes a word, it could stick for 1,000 years. And it's just amazing how you see the power of tradition, the power of the transmission of our tradition. We also see it when we also yell out after Al Kulam, Baruch Haya Olamim. Haya Olamim. It's not written in any Siddur, or Keme'az. Not written in any Siddur, yet people say it. Where did they get it from? Oh, my father said it. My father said it. My father. You'll have to go back 600-700 years to find a Nosach that on Yom Kippur they used to say a prayer called Haya Olamim in between Al Kulam and Vihalelu. It's fascinating. Or Keme'az, which is still the Nosach in the Roman community. So I'm just pointing this out, that we have to be very particular in how we say things, because we are continuing a very old and holy tradition. Kol Tuv.